Little bit late in the day. It's the last night of finals, but they've had a cracking evening so far, haven't they? They really have. Wow. This will be fun. 400 medley for men. There's two absolute superstars in this. Going to go head to head. Who knows where the gold medal is going? I'll tell you about them in a second. I'll just go through the field. Matenay of France is the slowest seed. 7th at the European Long Course Championships in this 400 medley. And in lane one, well, the only guy to set a lifetime best to qualify, but he did really well to get in here in front of this crowd. There's a huge crowd here. It's great to see. An enormous ovation from these locals. Look at that. Well, this is exactly what Camelia Potec wanted to have happen. Camelia Potec, the president of Romanian swimming herself, Olympic gold medalist, she said, I want to make sure that I can inspire the next generation and provide a facility where youngsters can come and watch and they can say to their parents when they go home, please, can you take me to the pool and teach me to swim like that person? Well, in this race, it's Robert Andre Badia in lane one. Their superstar, of course, is the great David Popovic, who's in the 100 metres final coming up, and this place is packed to watch him. Nagy, he goes in lane two, right next to the Romanian Badia in one. Well, this is possibly the favourite for this final, Alberto Rossetti. He goes in six. The European long course champion in this 400 medley, which he won in Rome in his home pool there. He's already won 2 silver medals, 200 fly and 200 medley, which he won in the same session. 200 fly, 200 medley double. Such a tough double that is. 200 fly, 200 medley, wow. Apostolos Papastomos of Greece in lane 3. Set a lifetime best to qualify in 5. Here we go. 4 times Olympic medalist in Tokyo. The most successful British athlete in history at one Olympic Games. A gold and 3 silvers he won. Silver in the 200 medley. Won the gold in the 400 medley, the 200 medley here already. This is the 400. Can he do the 2-4 double? And Thomas Janssen of the Netherlands. His first major final, and he's qualified fastest. Well, first major short course final, fastest qualifier. So Duncan Scott goes in 5, and in 6 it's Alberto Rossetti. Rossetti's got the fastest lifetime best of those two in 5 and 6. There was Rossetti, that's Duncan Scott. Well, he's much stronger than he was last year. He had a tough year last year with illness and injury. Got COVID quite badly. Really suffered from it, but he's back at it now. He's certainly been in the gym. Getting buffed up as well, Duncan Scott. Won the gold on the 200 medley. Very nearly broke the European record. Can he break the European record here? And the 400, can he win gold? Listen to this crowd. Well, that's all for Robert Andre Badia of Romania in lane 1. Sets a lifetime best to qualify for the final. So the final of the men's 400 medley. I'm not sure we've seen very much at all in terms of racing yet, because it was a fairly pedestrian set of heats. I don't think you can take anything from the lane assignments here. Normally lane 4 fastest and likely to win, then 5 and 3 and 6, 2, 7, 1, 8 like that, but not here. And this is interesting. Duncan Scott in 5 is heading up Alberto Rossetti. Rossetti is the faster 200 fly swimmer in the black hat, but Duncan Scott decided to go out quickly, and he's nearly 4/10 of a second underneath European record pace at the 50 metres. He's looking very good indeed. So Duncan Scott going out fast. Starting to come back now is Rossetti. Rossetti won silver on the 200 medley to Duncan Scott, and also a silver medal on the 200 fly. So Scott's stayed a little bit closer to him than I thought he would. 53.8 versus 54.1 for those two. This is probably the weakest stroke for Duncan Scott in 5 in the red hat. That's Rossetti in 6. Butterfly kick underwater, came up at about 8 meters with Rossetti at about 10 or so. Well, this is fascinating, you know, because it looks like both of these guys, the weakest stroke is backstroke. Duncan Scott slightly over ahead of Rossetti. Red hat of Scott, black hat of Rossetti. In third at the moment is possibly lane 3, Apostolos Papastamos of Greece, but it's pretty tight. The third, fourth and fifth. Maybe in lane 3 it is the Greek, and 4 Janssen of the Netherlands. Maybe in 7 also going pretty well. Right in the hunt for that bronze at the moment is Hollow of Hungary. So the halfway turn, synchronized swimming it is. Goodness me, so tight. In fact, it's so tight. It's exactly the same time at the 200 meters turn, exactly to 1/100th. Gracious me, I've never seen that happen. So close. Now the charge is on. Well, the better freestyler of these two is Duncan Scott. It looks like possibly the best breaststroker is Rossetti, so this is going to be very interesting. Slightly better underwater is Rossetti on that first breaststroke turn. This is why you come to the short course championships, to practice these turns. In 400 medley, in a short course pool, you get 15 turns. You only get 7 of them in the long course pool. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. Very interesting. So Rossetti starting to make a little bit of a gap between him and Duncan Scott. What is the gap there? It's 0.8 of a second, something like that. 0.8 with 25 to go, and Scott looking a little bit tired here. Rossetti starting to swim away. The better freestyler though is Duncan Scott, Olympic silver medalist on 200 free. So what's going to happen here? Rossetti's off, and Rossetti's gone by quite a way, 1.5 seconds. Can Duncan Scott pick up 1.5 seconds on the freestyle leg? He's tough as houses, is Duncan Scott, but I'm not sure he can catch a 1.5 seconds. That's an awful long way. But it's now increased the lead. It's now nearly 2 seconds. I don't think he's going to catch up on Rossetti. Well, this is a brilliant swim from him. He's the European long course champion on 400 medley, and he's swimming away. We should just check the time, because the European record is quick. It's 3:56.4. I don't think they're going to be on for that, but it's not far away, you know. It's a very good swim. Rossetti's over first, Duncan Scott in second. In third, it's Papastamos of Greece. There's a fight for the bronze medal, but no doubt about the winner. And this is a really good swim. Well, they were tied at halfway, and look at that, Rossetti. A new championship record. Rossetti wins gold in the men's 400 medley. The silver to Duncan Scott, and the bronze, well, where's the bronze gone to? Papastamos of Greece. And the Italians, what has happened to them? They had a shocking meet for 5 nights, and now they come through and they're winning almost everything. Incredible. Well, that's amazing. It really is. 3:57 for Rossetti. That's a massive lifetime best from him. Duncan Scott, 4 minutes, 0.1. Well, he's not rested, Duncan Scott, so that's only just off his lifetime best. 0.3 of a second outside of his lifetime best, and he's not rested, so that's interesting. But Rossetti looked very good. And the Italians did have this qualification meet. I think there may be just a look from the video referee here. We'll just have to take a look and see. It hasn't been ratified quite yet. So I've just had a message from Craig Hunter, the chairman of the technical committee here, to say it is under review. So let's hope it's not Rossetti that's going to get disqualified. Let's hope it's not one of those medalists. That'd be a great shame. The good thing about the video review is that it does specifically catch errors, and they're not always that easy to see, and so the referee is going to say, well, I think that might be an issue. Could you just please check and make sure? So we do have the referee, if he's not quite sure, he can go and specifically ask. There's Carmen Panaccio with the Romanian flag. Fabulous swimmer she was. All clear, I've just got from Craig Hunter. Well done. Thank you very much, Craig. That's fantastic news. So it will be official. It's not yet announced to the crowd, but it is now official. The new European champion of the men's 400 medley is Alberto Rossetti of Italy. The silver to Duncan Scott of Great Britain. And Papastamous of Greece wins the bronze.